Sam DEHNE, the Encyclopedia of Reno Government. I'm Sam DEHNE. I'm an Air Force Academy graduate. Spent many years flying fighters and bombers, defending our nation against enemies inside of the border and outside of the border. And Sam, that's me. I am the driving force for 92% of the good things in Reno. And when I say driving force, people say, what do you mean the driving force? The driving force means that I was the only person to speak on an issue, or I was the most vehement person to speak on an issue. For instance, the most recent one is this medical marijuana licensing. I was the driving force because I ordered the City Hall to get off of their chairs and let the sick people get marijuana. I don't use marijuana, I like tequila. And you listened to my directives, and finally last week, 2 weeks ago, you approved the very first medical marijuana license in the history of Nevada. I was the driving force for that. Nobody else came to the podium to talk about it. One of the things I did not like about that was, it turns out you gave a license to somebody who really did not deserve it. I won't name him. All those medical marijuana licenses should be handed out randomly to qualified people, instead of giving it to people who are friends of people who are in high places. I was the driving force for saving Burning Man when the bureaucrats wanted to shut it down. The only person to go to the podium and said, don't vote against it, and you turned your vote around. Burning Man still exists. It's a wonderful part of the community. I was the driving force to save the Air National Guard when you guys wanted to get fighter planes, and I said, get cargo planes. I used to be in the Air Guard. I know about that. I was a driving force for many, many things, as I said. The most recent thing that I have to talk about, which I talk about all the time, and you know that I hate to castigate the Reno Gazette media mouses, but the Reno Gazette media mouses demand that each of you and every employee tell the world what your salaries are. Well, it turns out that the Reno Gazette is a public organization and should have to abide by the same laws, open media laws, as the rest of you. The Reno Gazette receives massive amounts of tax dollars to survive. Take a look in the paper, and there's all kinds of legal things in there that they get paid for. They are not a private organization. They should have to tell you and us what their salaries are. And let me say this, whatever their salaries turn out to be, it's way too much. As I close out, I want to say hello to my friend Colonel Kazmierski up there. He thanks me every day. Every time I see him, he thanks me for being the driving force that helped him bring the beloved Tesla to Reno. Yes, Mike Kazmierski has come to the podiums and thanked Sam DEHNE, the only person who ever did it. Sam DEHNE was the driving force, that brought Tesla to Reno. I use my mystical magic, and here they are.
None other